That's awesome.
Okay, well, this is a VIPs only meeting. We have the most important partners that have joined virtually and in person. Don't tell the others I said that. But we're glad everybody's here. Today's all about show and tell. So this is our year-end show and tell, and we've got some presenters that are going to share highlights of what we're doing. Welcome, my name is Brian. Let's go around and just do introductions real quick. I think I see a bunch of familiar people, but I think we all know each other. Who's that one in the middle there, Jessica? At the
I'm sorry.
okay.
Where's the?
And we got Paul Gronowski is in a red sweater. He's in a red sweater. Hello, Shannon. Welcome, welcome. Hey, you can sit at the main table. I mean, you don't have to sit at the kids' table.
Hey. Yeah. I like blues, so I let's very pretty blue. Get this party started.
All right.
That was gonna start. Where's the donuts then?
So I think we've got a lot of regulars here. I don't think we have any new first-time guests. If you're somebody that's got the exact same name as somebody we think we know, then tell us that this is your first time. But otherwise, I think we got a bunch of repeat customers coming. All right, so we'll start as we normally do. Who's got breaking news? Who wants to share updates on things going on with your program, or something you want to make all the partners aware of? Or even just to repeat something that you might have had Frank share with all the partners. Yes, Miss Laura, go ahead. I see both your hands going up first.
Me, I want to share Commonwealth Quarters. Our recruitment is open. We're taking applications for new students. For new students for our January class. Remember, it's a 16-week online web development class. When students are done, they will be able to create a website. They can visit commonwealthquarters.com, or if you have anyone that you feel would be a good fit for the program, you can email me directly. Thank you. Feliz Navidad.
All right, let's put, I'm gonna put your email in the chat, just so we know.
Brian, I have one as well.
Okay, and is it Laura at My Workforce Future, or is it your first?
Laura.Torres.
It is, okay.
I wanted to share that through My Workforce Future, which is the nonprofit arm of the board, we have been able to have interns create websites for nonprofits. And on December 13th, we will have one of our interns be presenting to the Kiwanis Club of Caverna. She has created a website for them. So I'm excited that she has done so well with the website creation. I'm also excited that they're allowing us to share this in such a public way. So exciting stuff.
Yes, all right. Hey, Bill, good morning.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
Other news, updates? Anybody joining remote?
I have some happy news.
Come off of mute
I do.
or even turn your camera on. Thank you, Heath, turning your camera on.
Good job, Heath.
Yeah.
Do I see Amy's hand going up?
Hey,
Yes, go
yeah,
ahead, Amy.
I have some really happy news. This is dealing with Sky CTC. I've partnered up with Nikki and Samantha
We
from
can't hear
there.
you, Amy.
Hold on a second. It might be my Zoom settings. Let me make sure that.
Do you have the speakers on?
Okay, try it now, Amy.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you, Amy.
He
Thank
said
you,
he can
Heath.
hear it.
Hi,
Okay.
Heath.
I mean, I read his lips.
Yeah, I have it to the, oh no, wait, there it is.
And
Okay,
you
go ahead,
do-
Amy.
And you do lip reading, girl.
We got you. We got you. We can hear you in the room now.
Okay, no problem. So anyway, I've partnered up with Sky CTC with Nikki and Sam, and we are now trying to get some of my student inmates or any inmate in our Butler County Jail enrolled in college classes. So I thought that was a big pickup, for our jail, and we had 12 guys apply. So they're gonna maybe enroll right after Christmas. So that's some good news.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Wow.
And I'm building a house and my drywall got hung yesterday. So
That counts as breaking news.
anybody that says it's fun building a house, it's really not. So
Now, the people who say that have not built a house.
exactly. And I'm still married. So that's a good thing.
Joda had a good experience building her house, right, Joda? All right, other
Tips,
news, other
any
updates?
tips?
Amy wants to know if you have any tips, Joda.
Stay patient.
Watch your contractors and keep notes.
I pray every day, you all. I promise I do.
All right.
Can I just send out a reminder about the Senior Community Service Employment Program?
Okay,
Always looking for participants, 55 and older, low income. Definitely always looking for new host agencies, someplace that we could place the participants to work 20 hours a week. If anybody has any ideas or thoughts on that, always excited to find new opportunities.
okay,
Thank
great.
you.
All right, TJ, go ahead.
Sorry. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to share that we at Sky CTC have just launched a new platform, Handshake, here at the college in order for employers to link with our current students as well as our alumni. So anybody who might be interested in information, I will put the email in the chat. And you can email us here in the workforce office and we'll be happy to forward the information along to you. But if you all in your agencies have any available openings, if you would please forward the information on to your HR departments, that would be amazing.
And what is the cost to do so, TJ?
It's the right price. It's absolutely 100% free. So yes, it's 100%.
Only if we go through you though, right? Only if you say TJ referred you.
You get the TJ discount today, Brian.
Yeah. Sounds
So
good.
thank you for letting me share.
Okay. Well, we'll jump into sort of our board news. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I wanted to announce that we just had a brand new apprenticeship occupation that was approved for a company here in the South Central area, Smiley Monroe down in Simpson County. Brand new trade actually that was just approved for a vulcanizer, a belt technician. So they make the big giant conveyor belts that like industrial size. They use it like the rock quarries and stuff like that. They make the belts for that. And so it's a huge opportunity for a community. They produce, it's an Irish company actually, and they just started here. But brand new occupation. It's never been approved in anywhere else in the US. So if you have candidates who are looking into doing something that nobody else is doing right here in South Central Kentucky, it's a pretty good job and they'll earn a credential if they do it. So
Wow.
Smiley Monroe down in Franklin.
Do you happen to know like the pay rate with that or?
I don't know offhand, but I can get that to you.
Okay.
That's awesome, Bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Great. Okay. Well, we'll share that we are having our last Talent Tuesday event of the year. Matt, I see you're joining from Career Team. If you want to give a quick update on this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, so this one will be taken down, placed down in Franklin, December 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I believe Jake already has close to double digit of employers who will be attending this one. Some of the ones we've worked with before that have pretty good wages and pretty good benefits as far as retirement goes on there. It'll be the Cornerstone Building, which is right there near the square. I believe it's about a block off of the square there in Franklin. Again, it's Tuesday, December 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And my apologies, I jumped the gun, Brian, when I sent you this flyer.
Okay,
I have added to the flyer, which is now on social media. So the correct flyer is on social media. I have added that our co-sponsors are Live the Proof in Franklin. And so they have been added. So if you would imagine Live the Proof's logo to the left of the Cornerstone Building, that is where they do a lot of their operations. So I think it will be a fantastic opportunity for people who may be coming in for their services to then also, meet with employers and hopefully get hired.
great. Yeah, we will say that what makes these events successful is always those local partnerships. And
Yes.
Amy, we kind of hold up what you did as a flagship example of that with these Talent Tuesdays. Because you help, drive a lot of traffic. You partnered with the school system. We had a showing there, but those employers, and I mean, it helps. We're trying to bring the job fairs to different counties, and that's the goal, is that they don't have to always go a county or two counties away to go to where maybe all of the employers assemble from time to time, or to Greenwood Mall or something like that. We want to try to do it. What we're running into though is sometimes when we go to a county, it's not convenient to the time of those companies, like, well, we're okay right now. We don't really have any hiring needs. And so, but we can't be in every county every month without adding a lot more staff capacity to pull that off. So Simpson wasn't necessarily planned to be the last one. It just happened to be because we had been elsewhere. But this is really encouraging that even for this time of the year that we've got this number of employers that want to be involved.
Have you, I know this is offhand, but have you all talked to Lewis Manor and Lewis, the Lewis like assisted living? Because they had reached out to me about people and had said that at one time they were hiring people who didn't even have a high school diploma and could work on it while they were working.
Oh,
there.
wow.
They need people to do things like, mop floors, clean them. I don't know, they've got signs out still.
And it's Lewis.
It's the Lewis Manor. It's on the right when you first come in to
Okay.
Franklin there. It's that assisted living. It was a big house and then they built the
I know,
assisted
yeah,
living.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I'll send that to Jake and Bianca. They're the BST folks and they're
Okay.
coordinating.
Well, I just know that's
with
different
counties.
than a factory. It's a
Yeah,
different kind of thing, so.
exactly. All right, I'm gonna do that right now.
And just another plug that we're making Facebook event pages for all of these too. So if you follow our board page, it's under events and any updates, the freshest information, because these flyers are out of date almost the day we make them sometimes with things changing, companies backing out or new ones coming on. So. Laura, did I see your hand a minute ago?
Yes, I just wanted to say about Live the Brew. One of our Commonwealth Quarters alumni is one that actually created the website. So if you all want to go to livetheproof.com and just see some of the wonderful work that our Commonwealth Quarters are able to create. And that just, goes to show how we collaborate and support each other and all of our surrounding communities with, getting folks hands-on experience and employment. So thank you for the support, Live the Proof.
All right, we also want to say, as far as things coming up, next Thursday, same time, slightly different place. It'll be here at the South Campus, but if you want to join, we are trying to do a big end of the year in-person show and tell of our performance. We do this every December for our board meeting and talk about the amazing results that career team has been able to give, that our career development office, projects the board's worked on and staff and all of that. We just kind of try to show cumulative numbers and report success stories as well. So we are going to need a bigger space than this boardroom. So we will be on the opposite side of the building here. But if you can spare to come in person next Thursday, we'll have some small refreshments. We're not gonna have like a breakfast buffet, so don't come like Denny's hungry or anything, but Cracker Barrel hungry, but you know, you'll get coffee, you'll get something to go with the coffee, all right, and you'll hear some good, maybe even hot chocolate, right? Yeah, okay, John's saying Panera, so you heard it here. But please RSVP by putting your name in the chat now if you want to be in person. If you cannot join in person, we understand, but you still want to check it out. We will still have a hybrid option. And so let us know if you are coming in person now or by tomorrow, by messaging Deronda. So it's been since, I mean, we've been doing it like this hybrid, but we just haven't really had a big in-person presence for our board meetings. And we typically get, as you guys might expect, sometimes people that are closer to Bowling Green that come, but of course we've got board representation in all 10 counties. And so we just want to, again, remind our guests that, you know, you guys are always welcome to join. They're listed on our board website, right, Leslie? With the Zoom
Yes.
link to join on those. It's always the second Thursday of the month at 8:30. But again, we'd love to see people in person, and some of our board members, we've not seen ourselves in person at a meeting, and they may not have seen you as a partner. So it would be great. So, okay, thank you, Rachel.
Brian, we define, you said that the meeting will be in the other side of the building. Is that the nicely center side or exactly what that means?
Yeah, good question. The Nashville Road facing side. So it'll be more up to the front, but we'll have some signage for that. I think it's room 130 something, 132 or 134. Yeah, but if you guys end up coming to the board office, we can help you get through the hallways here.
All right, thank you so much.
It will be indoors. So, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. All right, just other updates. It's past news, but we want to say a huge shout out to those of you guys that were involved in helping us muster over 250 people to show up to a job fair. It was featuring New Americans, and you see some stats here, and we're getting stats coming in from employers so far. I think about 10 or 12 people have been hired, but some of these companies are telling us they're still processing the people that came that day. So Miss Anna San Cristofo led the efforts and did almost nonstop promotion and marketing for about a month, Saturdays and Sundays and weeknights. But Anna, what would you like to say about the event?
No, but this we work as a team. That is the most important, because in my case, I make all the relationship with different communities. We spend a lot of time with Laura too, inside of the different communities, with the leaders team inside. But you, Ryan, you make all the communication with the different employers. So, and Leslie make all the marketing and promotion. So this is the result with our partner too. We have partners here, for example, here for community action, career team. That is the result what really we can work as a team all together, because the goal was very clear, is to help people and to help New American, and this is the result. So that is, we can say that is officially is the success for all of us.
Yeah, so we've got a spreadsheet. We did a little short intake at the event, and we had a lot of interpreters, as you can see, on hand, and a lot of partners contributed interpreters. International Center brought a slew of them, which was great. We only had to pay for 4 interpreters that day, and so it was phenomenal. But out of over 170, 180, Anna's still adding to the list, people, majority of them were not working. And so, and we picked up at least a dozen or better that work out of the region, which was our goal as well. So, I mean, that was the 2 main audiences we wanted to show up. Don't come if you work at one place and want to go work across the street. Come because you want to hear about these opportunities, or you don't think maybe there's a job out there for you. And so, yeah, I think we had employers say it was the best job fair they'd ever been to. We had other ones say it was just really well organized and executed. I mean, we really raised the bar what our job fairs do now. That and everybody was asking by the time at like what, 3 o'clock, 2:30, like when's the next one? We're like, we need to go home and sleep. Are you kidding? Yeah.
As you're falling down.
So we arrived, Leslie, Ryan, and I, we arrived at 7 in the morning, and I suppose we didn't stop at 3, 4 o'clock, so it's.
Yeah,
I brought my makeup and I put coffee. But it was incredible and it was a party that it surprised me. The people were they are so happy. And it's the people, of course, the majority, went to ask for a job, but it's a big group that is we handle with Shannon that they really want to make or, the resume, and we are creating 25 different people and create a workshop for a resume workshop. So we are not only the event, is all the different program that we started in this.
Good job, Anna.
No, it's a job of all of us, not this.
yeah, so we have a lot of busy follow-up to do. We got some people that have never been on our radar, including employers. And so the good news is we take the information of what these employers are offering. But speaking about employers for just a moment, because we've talked about this internally as a team, but big differences in how tables and how they showed tables and how they communicated. The employers that did the best were the ones that took names, took applications. The ones that probably have nothing to show for this are the ones that just had a QR code sitting on the table. And so they did, we tried to prep them on who the audience was going to be. We didn't come out and say, bring paper applications, but you can just see in a lot of companies, it's standard operating procedure to go online. It's like, why did I bother to show up in person and talk to you when you're just going to point me back online again? And they'll have nothing to show for how many people might have been interested, because I don't think they'll know through their online applications that they found out about it at the event. But again, we've had companies that got 20, 25, 70 names collected, through this event. And so they're the ones that did the best. Yeah, we had one employer run out after 45 minutes of applications. So yeah, we are very proud of that event, and we'll continue to update you guys, and especially working and collaborating with those that we work the closest with to execute that event. I think everybody is on the community partner team list and getting the emails and updates. If you're not, go to our board website, click on so the partner, is that the name of the page, I think?
Yes.
And then this page will show up and you click the I'm interested. If you need to get a staff member on the list, you can go on there and do that too. And Leslie will send a follow-up email so they can start getting the things that Frank sends out and these meeting invitations and reminders and all of that. Frank's keeping us on our toes, he's reminding us of things, and then he's like, that's today. So yeah. Any emerging needs or anything real quick to talk about there before we get into our highlights for the day? Denise says she's forgotten to log into the partner page. So Leslie, I guess you can get that.
Everyone who is in the meeting now has been logged in, I believe, but just in case, it is the word community and then 2355. That is our street address for the office.
Yep. All right, that counts as a need. I'm going to move on and get to our highlights.
Hey, Brian, can you close that chat in your window?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So again, we're talking about success stories, and in no particular order, we want to start with Miss Jasmine and a career team highlight. So Miss Jasmine.
Brian, before that,
Oh.
Hannah had
Oh.
a need.
Okay, I took the chat away, so I couldn't see it. Can you say what that is, Hannah? Or Jessica?
16 referrals for housing.
Okay. Anybody aware of felon-friendly housing? It's in the meeting right now. Frank, do you
Just
think-
as my referrals have been through, I have some places that I've called directly to different rental companies or specific apartment complexes that say they'll do a background and they only take, the felony has to be so old, or it can't be a certain kind, or it can't be violent, different things like that. But I've had, I know it's getting colder and room in the inn has started back as well. But some of these people have a job, they just cannot find a place that will rent to them. And I'm just struggling because I know it's just getting colder and my referrals are bumping up for housing. So if you guys know of anywhere that will take somebody or is lenient on background. Some of these people say they have a cosigner, but the cosigner doesn't have income. They're the one with income, but they're also the one with the felony. So just kind of in a rock and a hard place on these. If you know of anywhere that will allow it, that'd be great.
Okay. Frank, do you think you could send an email out to the blast the group? Okay, Frank will let them know too, Hannah, and ask.
Awesome, thank you.
Brian, if I could, before we start with the success stories, guys, everyone who is going to be giving a success story, I just want to remind you that this portion of the meeting, I will be using the recording for our workforce water cooler episode, and that's not saying that to freak you out. That's saying that just so you are aware of it. We speak very candidly in these meetings, and I just want to remind you that it will be recorded and it will be published. We definitely want these stories told, but you just need to be conscious of the audience. So, but please, we do want you to speak freely, and I absolutely want you to tell the story from your heart, because that is going to be very powerful. So just a reminder, no pressure, Jasmine.
All right, so let me do that intro again. So this will be a nice break for Leslie to transition. Okay, so we'll talk about success stories, and we have people that have submitted success stories. Thank you for doing so. And our first one we will feature will be Career Team, and Jasmine will be telling us about Scott.
Hey everyone. So I wanted to highlight Scott just because he was enrolled under our tornado funding and was truly impacted by the tornado. He had to relocate and live at the KOA until he was able to complete the training and get on his feet to get back into the workforce. He started off working at UPS seasonally. So once he completed the training, he was hired. Sky CTC was like that was the first time that they've had someone get hired on through UPS immediately after training. So they were excited about that as well. He took the job seasonally, so he was just working, not knowing if they would keep him after the season was over. He received a call and asked him if he wanted to stay on full time, but he would have to relocate again to Jefferson County. So he took the job and advised me that was probably the best thing that he's ever done. Like, the tornado to him, of course, impacted him. But it also blessed him. It gave him the opportunity to be able to get on his feet, to better provide for himself and his family. And he loves the job. He's actually, he reaches out to me frequently asking if I have anyone who's looking for a job, who's willing to relocate. So I actually have someone who is in the process of working with him to get on through UPS too. So.
Fantastic. What was the training that he went through?
He went to Sky CTC for the CDL training. He got his Class A CDL.
Okay. So he had gone through that after the tornado. So earlier this year. Okay. Wow. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's celebrate that.
Yes, very good.
God.
I want to point out on this one though, that relocating to the tornado took out his housing, and relocating to the KOA means he was homeless. Like, he was living in the campground after the tornado. This is during the winter months. And I think on Jasmine's thing, she said that this gentleman went from that to averaging out to about $52 an hour with this new role. So Jasmine deserves more credit for this There's some details she was leaving out there.
Well, thank you.
Phenomenal. Great job. All right. And I think Miss Amy is up next with a Kentucky Skills U from Butler County Adult Education. I shouldn't say Skills U, sorry. Let me repeat. Next, we have Amy coming from Kentucky Adult Education to tell us about Dylan.
All right, so Dylan is a huge success story. He endured a lot of hardships when he was younger. It all started when he turned 15. And he has given his testimony before, so I took some info from that, and I talked to him over the phone to make sure I remembered everything accurately. So he endured a lot of hardships starting at the age of 15, and it was just a toxic circle from there on out. And he did try some recovery centers, and he was in and out. And then finally, when he got into some legal issues, he had time to sit and think and ponder on how he can better his life. And that's when he decided he'd come to the realization that he wanted to do something better for himself and his family. And so he went to KCR, which is Kentucky Christian Recovery here in Butler County, who do an absolute awesome job with the people that are there, and they partner with me. And so he went there, he stayed, he went through the program, he didn't leave, and now he works there. And so he helps other people there. And not only does he do that, Shannon and I spoke with him, and I don't know if Shannon remembers, this has been a little bit ago, but he wanted to go to barber school. And of course, we don't really have one, here in Butler County or close to Bowling Green, but there was one I think he decided to do in Evansville. So he is now currently enrolled in barber school while working at KCR, and he's doing great. And he started over. He has a lovely wife and a son, and they're doing wonderful. And it's stories and testimonies like these and what Jasmine said and whoever else is going to share their success stories today that really, truly, I think you all will agree, makes us really, truly love our jobs, because helping others, I think, we have a purpose, and our purpose, is to help other people. And I really do think that these testimonies are something that not only helps them, but it helps us realize that what we do are good things.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Great job. All right.
And Amy, I'm hoping that Dylan, once he completes barber school, will come back to Butler County. Hopefully that's the case. That would be a true, fantastic circle there.
I hope so. He really likes it here, and it keeps him away from the toxic circle that he was involved in too, because it's a new environment for him.
Great. Okay, Miss Dana, who is here in person.
Hold it or leave it?
You can leave it, I think.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. All right, tell us what you've got to share about Brennan.
Follow up with another adult education story that Amy. So Brennan came to us about a year ago, and his story is like a lot of the students that you get. He was couch surfing. He had dropped out of high school. Is it not working? Okay. He had dropped out of high school, couch surfing. Parents had kicked him out. Just a sad story. And we're always a little suspicious when a mother or a grandmother calls us to sign somebody up, because we just know that that's not going to last very long. And so his grandmother called, and she was letting him live with her because he had connected with a recruiter and he really wanted to join the Marines. And he's undiagnosed, but like I was talking to Leslie, probably ADHD. He had a court appearance while he was seeing us because of something that happened in high school. So he's pretty young, but he started working on it, and it was kind of funny because Brennan was one of those people at the time. HiSET was being given online, and you could do it at home. So we had a room set up so they could test at the facility. And we could hear him in the room yelling at the computer, hitting the desk, talking back to the proctor. And every time we were cringing, like, oh no, he's gonna get kicked off. It's gonna be bad. And then every time he would come out and show us his scores, they were the highest scores we'd ever seen. And so he kept going and he kept talking to his recruiter and everything. And his recruiter, I'm gonna give him props too, because he really communicated with Brennan and kept giving him encouragement. And he was so happy. The last day that he passed his last test, he had his paper and he was practically skipping out the door because he was like, my recruiter said that all I have to do is show him the scores and I can get started. And he was ready to go. And of course, we're still, you know, persistence and follow through is kind of an issue. So we were still like, he's got his high school diploma. Okay, good for Brennan. We didn't think anything about it. And then we had our banquet in November and we were reaching out to all of our former students to get quotes and invite them to come eat with us. And, you know, phone calls, emails, nothing would go through. And I asked my secretary, I said, well, will you just try to text him on your phone if you don't mind? We'll block him if it's a problem, but text him and see how he's doing. And he finally texted back and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I've been kind of out of the loop. I'm in Pensacola at flight school training. And so we're all like we were screaming, you know, in the office, because that's a big follow through for one of our students. I mean, we expect them all to succeed, but it takes a while. And these like leave, come back. And so we were just really excited for Brennan. And I said, I didn't have the second picture of him that wasn't shared with me. And one of our instructors is not there, but his picture was kind of like with his thumb up, kind of going, we got that on the wall and we love it every time we go by it. We're just like, so we're really excited for him. And we hope that when he finishes that we can follow through and know a little bit more about where he wants to go and what he's doing. So we're excited.
That is awesome.
All right. I like how you guys take these group pictures and everything with them too, so.
But we have a
That's
little
great.
cake and we give them a gift, like a little gift card or whatever to Walmart or something, but we just try to celebrate with them. Invite their family in and things to celebrate.
And I
Yeah.
mean, just look at the picture. Look at his face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just beautiful.
Well, you're
You
not
know?
supposed to have, I told Leslie, you're not supposed to have favorites. As a teacher, you're not, but from the moment Brennan walked in, we were all just like, oh, Brennan. You know, just stuff. I mean, you know, we weren't his classical teachers, so we can say that. We can be like, oh, we just love Brennan. So yeah, we're happy for him.
Fantastic. All right, let's see who we have up next. My thing will advance. Okay, Miss Laura, tell us about Vicky.
I wanted to speak today regarding Vicky. She is an alumni of Commonwealth Quarters. She graduated in May of this year, and she became an intern for the Workforce Board. And she looked into Commonwealth Quarters training because she had been let go of her employment and was looking for something to do, an employment. And she went over to Career Team and they talked about different options and enrolled her in Commonwealth Quarters, which piqued her interest, and completed the class successfully. And again, she interned with the Workforce Board and created a short-term training directory for the board. And that was something that she was really interested in creating, because when she was out there looking for something to do once she was let go, was a short-term training, and she just kept browsing and looking on her phone. I believe she said she spent about 2 hours outside of the parking lot of her former employer trying to find something. So she was really dedicated to this, and she completed the page. And she is now working on the Kiwanis of Caverna Club nonprofit website, and she has done fantastic. She has been able to put her coding skills to use to have that website work and function and look exciting, where it's going to grab folks' interest to go and visit the short-term training page on the board and the Kiwanis of Caverna website as well. She's dedicated, she's smart, she's funny. I just can't say enough of what a go-getter she is. She has even started her own business in creating websites. She created an LLC and is going to be looking at 2 projects pending once her internship ends. So that's the the success of learning something new and continuing to put that into use and get that hands-on experience. So I'm very proud of her. She's an awesome girl, and I see nothing but success for her in the future.
Wonderful.
Go Vicky.
Now, Laura, were you guys in the same cohort together?
No, she
No.
wasn't the one after me.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay,
Yep, January through May.
okay. I was having her go earlier than she had, okay. Great, great, great. All right. And now, oh, look at this, Miss Jasmine's up and she's in the batting order twice. Okay, so tell us about Alex.
Okay, I didn't know this one was on there. So this is Alex. Alex started inquiring about the CDL program with us back in November of last year. He was let go from his employment, was trying to get back into the workforce, but was gonna go he was going to have knee surgery. So he was like, I want to do the CDL training, but I really have to have the surgery. And I was like, it's fine. Like, it'll still be here. They have a cohort every month. So have your surgery, come back and see us, like, we'll be fine. So I just so happened to be sitting at my desk one day, and we were doing the teleworks workshops where they would people could come in, interview, get hired on the spot. And I just so happened to see Alex walk out of the session. And I was like, Alex, what are you doing in there? And so he came over and talked to me and was thinking that, you know, it had been too long and he wasn't going to get to go to the training, but he was still interested. I reached out to the school at Sky CTC, and they did still have him on the list, so he was able to start. I think it was 2 weeks later. So he went to the training. He'd done the hazmat program, which was this was the first cohort for the hazmat training. He got his hazmat endorsement, had a baby, all in the same week of completing the training. So he had a baby, completed the CDL training, and is now working at Key Oil in Franklin. So I'm very excited for him.
Great, right.
I would just like to add, because these are the things, and I think Amy said it, these are the types of stories that really encourage you to keep going and remind you that what you're doing is so important. I mean, these pictures, you can look at these faces and see, you know, this is somebody whose life has changed. And I think, you know, the people who have shared these stories, you know, Amy, Dana, Jasmine, Laura, this personal connection is so obvious. It is you all making a personal connection with your clients. And because of that, you are empowering them and encouraging them, and really do not ever discount how big a role you have in this process, because it's huge. And these are just a few success stories. Everyone here in this meeting, you have similar stories. You are doing the same kinds of things. And I just want to say thank you and keep it up, because there are very few jobs where you can say, I helped change somebody's life today. So hats off to all of you.
All right, let's just give everybody a round of applause there. That was a nice speech, but Leslie can write your speech for you if you ever need help, but yeah, I mean, for some of you guys, I'll add this might just be Tuesday, right? That this happens in the life of your program, but I know that it also becomes frustrating for all the other people that didn't follow through like Alex did, or a Brennan, or somebody that, like you said, Dana, they start and they stop. Or they just kind of act. I used to tell GD students, don't make it where we run into each other at Walmart. And it's like, where you been? Like, I've been busy. Everybody's busy. Like, but it is, there's just people that just, you know, it's hard to maintain persistence. Sometimes they can't even envision their own success. So, but it's that human factor and that motivation that you guys give that helps get them over the line. And some of you guys are in a role where you support staff, you know, to help make sure and encourage them, because they can have frustrating days where people don't show up. People didn't go show up for their test. People didn't show up for the appointment to enroll in a program. Somebody didn't return a paperwork or form that they needed to, but we know there's plenty of these things that happen, and we want to share these stories. And then the other thing is, at the end of the year, I mean, many programs celebrate their year-end success, or you talk about it, but it seems like you only get a breath to really like pause, and then you're just like, all right, now the numbers are resetting and we got to go back and, you know, go get it for 2023. But this is sharing these stories and the way that, you know, we want to share it on social media and help you guys. Hopefully this will inspire future Alex's and Dylan's and things like that. So yeah. Okay. Well, this could just be the meeting every month from now on. I don't know about you guys, but we did want to kind of toss it up and ask if anybody does want to have a topic or present, because otherwise our idea, Leslie's idea, was for January that maybe we just go around as programs and talk about what we have planned and what we, you know, we want to do or launch, if there's anything new going on in 2023 that we want to make, you know, people aware of, or any changes. One thing, and we'll be highlighting it at our board meeting next week, but UI, the time that people can be on UI is going to be cut in half. So that's not really a new program, but that's a major change that's going to affect people. And so, you know, hopefully, wishfully thinking, that means people go back to work sooner. But for people that might be used to having that happen and having kind of a period, I've got family members that's the case, you know, I mean, it's just habitual thing that they know they can rely on it. It's not going to be as long anymore, and it means they're not going to get paid as much. So, but anything that you think is going to impact the community or impact your program, we can share and talk about that's coming up for the year. But that does mean if anybody wants to take the February one, that we will be open to that. And you guys are what make these meetings happen and successful. Because as a board or as career team, and we get up and talk about our stuff all day long, we are very happy to talk about all of our programs, but we know that this network of 10 counties and all these different agencies and us working together, that's what we want to come together and feature, and especially how people can go and be successful and go into the workforce because of our programs. So any closing comments or anything before we adjourn then? Because I know we're ending a little early here, but so glad to have everybody. Looks like we have a little lighter attendance. If you didn't join when I first said welcome, then I want to say this is the VIP partner meeting. So if you made it for the December one, you are considered a VIP. All right, anybody else have a good word? No? Okay, we'll be looking for these highlights to hit social media and share, forward, pass around, and keep on keeping on, keep fighting the good fight. We'll see you guys. Happy New Year. Yeah.